Shout out to all the channel members. If you want to gain further support, join my channel membership. I am Marlene Motivates, and as I always say, just know it, just breathe it, and be it, and live your best life.
Be encouraged, be inspired, be yourself, you will survive. Just know it, just breathe it, and be it, and live your best life.
Hey, everybody, how are you doing? This is Marlene of Marlene Motivates, your channel for motivation, positivity, inspiration, mindset shifting, all of those things. If you are new here, hit that subscribe button and become a part of the Motivators family. And shout out to all of my channel members. Thank you all so much. If you missed yesterday's Love Channel Member Show, go ahead and check it out. And to everyone who is here, happy Friday to everyone. Come in the room, hit the like. Let's have a Friday hangout and do some chit chatting. Okay. So I see Wellness with Frugal Mama. How are you doing, Wellness? Welcome in. I hope all is well with you. Happy Friday to you. And hello to everybody. I just wanted to come in and hang out for a little bit. You know, Fridays are our Friday, our Relationship Friday, where we talk about relationship issues. And this is something that has been resurfacing in my life. And just a reminder, not only to myself, but to you all as well. We think a lot of times that people care about us and love us. And the actuality of it is that they don't. They don't care about you. They just want to use you. So we're going to get into that in a little bit. I was waiting a little bit to see who would come in the room, but I guess it's a busy Friday, so I'm going to get started. So one of the things that is hard for us to accept as human beings, as women and as men, that the people that we love don't love us back, or they may love you, but they don't love you the way that you need to receive love, for you to feel cared for you to feel represented, and for you to feel encouraged. So it's important that we identify these things so that we do not become a doormat to other people. That's highly important for us to not become a doormat to other people, because we don't deserve that. None of us do. And many times we get into that habit, that rut, that routine, or maybe because of our background, the things that we have been through, the people that we have seen as role models in our life, whether good or bad, we get role models in our life, and they will make us seem that that is how love really is. That is the way that love is supposed to be. And we have to understand that certain people in our life, they don't love us and they don't care about us. Hey, Tamika, how are you doing? Welcome. Happy Friday. Hey, Eastad, how are you? Welcome in. Happy Friday to you. And it's something that you learn more and more. So we have to learn to elevate ourselves. And it's not that we're showing off or we're selfish or any of those things, but you have to confirm your love for yourself first before another person will. Until you know how to love yourself and until you believe in that, you're going to allow other people to continuously take, because the love that you have for yourself comes with a responsibility. Hold on one second, guys. Hey, Colton, how are you doing? Welcome in. Happy Friday to you. Thank you so much for being here. And that's something that every single woman and every single man has to have that walk in their life. Some people naturally had a good representation and they don't have to struggle with learning to love themselves, and other people, they have. And wherever you are in your life, all that matters is that you get to this space to where you know yourself, you love yourself, because when you get to that space, you will not allow other people to that claim that they love you, the people who love bomb you, the people who manipulate and treat you in an inferior way, just because they know if they tell you they love you with words, that you will act on it and you will do what they want. And that's what we're going to talk about today, because not all relationships are good for us. And don't we all know that? I know everybody has not got the proper representation of love. People come in the name of love all the time: relatives, friends, romantic interests. People always come in your life and claim that they love you, but all they ever do is harm you. All they do is hurt you, disappoint you, let you down. But we are the ones that have to learn to love ourselves enough to say, this is not love. This is not love. They don't love you. And in that acceptance, this is how we grow and we elevate. Because once we know that, I have everything, I possess love for myself, and that is important. And while I do care for them, I care about myself more. That's something that is highly important for us to understand, that while things can happen, while people can act the way that they want to act, so can you. You have to represent yourself well. You have to take care of yourself well. Your mindset, your focus, your physical person, because how other people treat us can affect us. So don't be a doormat, everybody. Don't be a doormat to other people and how they want to treat you, because that's how they treat themselves. There's a lot of people out there that don't know anything about love. They really don't. Hey, realist one, how are you doing? Welcome in. Happy Friday to you. Shout out to the mods on deck. I appreciate you all. It's so important for us to understand this part, that certain people, they don't love you. And I do think that it's because you believe they do, because you want them to. I know I did that for a long time, running behind people, relatives, friends, romantic interests, trying to do and be what they want from you. But some people, that you can never please them. You can't make people love themselves. You can't make somebody love you. They have to want to do that. They have to choose that. But you have to believe in yourself. You have to identify, even if somebody can be saying it with their mouth. Their mouth could be saying, I love you, I care about you, and all of these things. But if you identify, they're using me, they're playing mind games, they're lying to me, they're this, they're that, they don't show up for me, they don't show any concern for me, you have to leave those people alone. They will not change. No matter how much you can't give people so much kindness and think that that's going to affect them to change who they are. When somebody shows up in this world and they say, this is me, they show you a representation of themselves, and you don't like it, don't think that they're going to change just because you don't like it. People do exactly what they want, and they will be who they are. We can't change that part. All we can ever do is how we see somebody. Can you handle that? Do you want to deal with it? And if the answer is no, then you got to leave those people alone. You have to walk away from them, because um, I have found for myself, I can't speak for any of you motivators, but just for me, myself, being around certain people and their negativity can bring me down. It can bring me out of character. It can slow down my focus. It can do so many things to me. So, being around certain individuals can break your spirits, can cause you to get stuck. Can cause your money to be depleted following behind them and their negativity. Yes. Yes, everybody's talking to everybody. Awesome, awesome. Yeah. Family and friends are two words thrown around too loosely. They are. People think that I'll just say it. A lot of people think that family, I hear people say all the time, family is everything. This is just Marlene. I can't tell you all what to think. But for me, family is different. Family and relatives are not the same. Family is who you make. You can't make somebody be your family. Family is who you choose. You could have a friend, you could have other people in your life that will love you deeper, stronger, more supportive, more encouraging than your own blood, than your own love interest. And that's the reason why you choose your family, but you cannot choose who you're related to. You can't. Listen, I've tried it. I've tried it. I've tried it. I've tried it. Tried it. Listen, I've tried it. Tried it. And did I say I tried it? I tried it over and over and over again. The only person that I can change is myself. And if I'm completely honest, as a woman, it's even hard for me to make changes within myself, much less expecting other people to care for you. Okay. So we have to stop with that narrative thinking, oh, okay, I'm going to be kinder. I'm going to give them more time. I'm going to give them room to grow. I'm going to, give them time to catch up to you. No, 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 no. If somebody cannot be on your level or higher, leave them alone because they're going to drag you down. If somebody's always underneath you, below you, not trying to sound negative, but if somebody's always depending on you, pull me up, pull me up, pull me up. How are you ever going to elevate if all you're ever doing is bending down, trying to pull somebody up who is extending their arm to pull you up? I had to start thinking about those things. We love people so much, and it's wonderful to be kind. It is. It's a wonderful thing to be kind, but not at the cost of ourself, of us losing our focus, of us stopping our light, of us losing our joy. We can't. The love that I have for myself, I'm too expensive. You are too expensive. And I'll tell you what I mean by that. Your mental health, your peace of mind, the amount of money that you have in your bank account that you worked hard to get. Nobody deserves to just say, give me money, and then you have to give it to them. No, no, no. And relatives, your children, other people in your life, your friends, quote unquote, they feel entitled to it, that you have to do these things for them. Those are not people who love you, because people will love you, will ask and say, if it's possible, can you? And if you can, I understand. The ones that will throw a whole temper tantrum, screaming and yelling, cussing you out, you're like, hold on, wait a minute there. Okay. Nobody has to do anything for somebody who is grown. And it's you're grown, the grown children. It's your relatives that are even older than you that are acting like toddlers. There's a lot of people, you better train them. You better train them how to treat you. And if you don't, you're always going to be disappointed. You will. You're going to be very disappointed in this life, and you're going to have no peace of mind. You won't. Yes, Dad, you won't. There will be no peace of mind. Realist says that's why we have to monitor who's around us. You do. You have to monitor who do you keep close to you? Who do you have in your circle, right? Who are your circle of people? Who are the people that you say love you, quote unquote? Because I even have to go back and recheck it. And I say to all you motivators too, go and check. Okay, I say I love them and they say they love me, but do they really? We say all the time, oh, yeah, I love them. And just because you love somebody does not mean they love you back. There's a lot of people that are in our life, they are opportunists, and they'll take any opportunity to take from you, to break you down, to not be supportive of you. See, they will support you as long as you are on their level. But once you start excelling, once you start being more positive, taking care of yourself, loving yourself, and not allowing them to run over you, once you start speaking up for yourself, advocating for yourself, taking care of yourself, those people will leave your life because they don't want to hear about positive messages. They only want to hear about negativity. They only want to gossip about people, throw people under the bus, backstabbing. No, no, no. That's not love. It's not. Yes, Miss Tamika. Yes, family goes beyond blood relations. It does. It does. And we are the ones that have to change that narrative in our head. Even me, I had to go and unlearn that thinking that it was, oh, because they are my family, they must love me. Like, family does not equal love. It doesn't. Family does not equal love. It took me a long time to go over that hurdle, um, because, we're going to get into that a little bit more in a little bit. But yeah, family does not equal love. Hey, Boss Life Online, how are you doing? Welcome in. Happy Friday to you. Realist One says the homeless men in the alley, they might treat you better than your own cousin, for example. Yes, Realist One. Yeah, I've had people in my life, and I know many of you too have. To all of you motivators, you all have had somebody that will just extend some kindness to you. Will support you. Will do things that your own relative. If you even ask your relative, they'll look at you sideways or crazy, like, you want what? I don't have time. I'm busy. But when they need something from you, you never can be busy. You can never have a life. So I always say, what you do comes back to you like that boomerang, and it will. But that's why we have to know ourselves. We have to love ourselves, and we have to understand that you believe they do because you want them to. Many times we want people to love us so much. We want people that we care about in a romantic relationship to care about us the same way that we do, and they don't always. Those people are opportunists. They are manipulators. They know how to manipulate you just like the strings of a puppet. Okay. They know how to say, they know how to play games with your mind. They know exactly what to do and to say to keep you in a trap to stay with them. But we know better, right? We know better, motivators. We know our worth. We know our purpose. We know what we can do. And we know that we deserve better than that. You don't have to settle. You don't have to settle for mistreatment, being ghosted, being a doormat, talked about behind your back, controlled. No, no, no. We don't do that. It's a new day. And every day is a new opportunity to make changes in our life to do better. Now, here is one of the main reasons why some people cannot love you. They don't love you because they hate themselves. And it took me a little bit to come to this conclusion. Just life in general, being an adult, maturing, being a grown woman, bumping my head against the wall, making a lot of bad decisions. I put my heart out there for so many people, and not just my family, also friends, workmates, other people. You try to extend yourself and be kind to other people and show people love, and but the whole thing about it is that we have to learn, motivators, that we cannot give people more love than we give to ourselves. We can't put ourselves on the shelf, on the back burner, and never get our own objectives taken care of. We can't expect for people to change. If somebody hates themselves, they have no idea how to love you. They have no idea. You're expecting what they cannot do. They cannot do that. They cannot be that. We want what they cannot give. They can't give that to us, so we have to stop expecting it. Let's see that I missed. If I missed anything, okay, it's all good. Yeah, so we tend to think that, oh yeah, and they'll say it with their mouth, they love you, they love you, they love you, but really, what is love according to them? How they tend to love themselves is not how you tend to love yourself, because you'll see how some people, how they dress, how they eat, how they take care of their health, how they take care of their physical person on the outside, how they live, how clean and neat and efficient and consistent they are. That's why I always say, do not allow other people to treat you the way that they want to treat you. You have to train people how you want to be treated. And the ones that will not get on board, cut them off, block them, stop going around them, stop telling them your business. Don't expect for these people to make changes, because they're not. They won't. And some people can't, because they've been stuck in that routine for so long, they're not willing to make any changes. I think I have just one more point here. Let me see. What else do I have? Oh, I have a few. Okay. I do have a few. Okay. Some people, they don't love you because they don't love themselves. And in that, loving yourself means that you know what love means. And some people don't know what love means. They've never seen a healthy representative of love. They've never been treated with love. They've never put any work into themselves, extending compassion, being self aware, learning to respect themselves. There's a lot of people that have never possessed that. They have never possessed that. They're never going to be on board with that, because that's not important to them. They don't think it's important to show love to themselves, because they never got that sort of representation. Some people have never got the affection, the hugs, the kisses from their childhood, and even in other relationships. So they do not know what real love means. So if they don't get that from their childhood, they haven't got that in relationships, how do you think that they're going to give that to you? We can't keep expecting people to love us or to make changes, and they don't even know how themselves. People can only operate where they reside. And some people, they reside in that negative, that dark space, and they're not willing to make any changes. They're not willing to make any changes. Thank you so much for dropping emojis, Boss Life Online. And yes, to everybody in the chat, you are welcome to drop emojis. It helps with my analytics. So feel free, spam my chat with emojis all you want to. I appreciate it. Yet they don't love themselves. There's a lot of people, they don't know who they are. They don't know what they are. They don't know what it feels like to say the words, I love you, because they didn't grow up with that. And I know a lot of people, they think that saying I love you means you're weak. It makes you soft. It makes you a punk. And it doesn't. You know, one of the best things is to tell somebody you love me, and I love them. But it's not from the aspect where you're trying to play games with people and you're just saying randomly to everybody, I love you. No, it means from your heart, you really do. You care about them. And there's many types of love. There's love in friendship. There's love with your siblings. There's romantic love. There's all different types of love that there can be. And there's also spiritual love, but some people have no forms of love, so they don't know how to give that to you. They don't know how to, give you that and pour that out for you. But that's the time where you have to know, if you are constantly taking from me, then I am going to have to remove myself from around you. And it hurts sometimes. It hurts, and it's so hard to remove yourself from toxic people, from toxic relatives. It is one of the hardest things for me. I don't know if that sounds cold, but it's not hard for me to remove myself from friendships, because friends are people that we choose to put in our life. I can cut off a person from a friendship, but it's very hard for me to cut off somebody that I am related to, because that's my blood. But I am not going to allow even a relative to make me feel diminished in my self-esteem, to um, take away all my money, or to affect my mental health, or to allow them to disrespect me or to be using me. We have to learn how to love ourselves first. And part of loving ourselves first is speaking up for ourselves, learning to cut people off. And we have to learn how to cut ourselves off from toxic people. And unfortunately, the people that we love the most can be the most toxic. They don't know what love is, they don't know how to love you, and they're not willing to change. So you have to move on and you have to leave those people alone. And another point in this discussion is they don't love you because they have mental illness. They need help. Some people, I did a live stream on one of my channels. I don't know which one it was, but there are some people, they have mental illness. And there's many people who have mental illness, but they are undiagnosed because they're not willing to face the fact that they're not operating on all cylinders. They could be bipolar, schizophrenic, ADHD, OCD, a hoarder, on and on it goes. There's so many things that people can have. And there's a lot in a lot of communities, people will just ignore mental illness. And I know that in urban communities and other communities that are of a low income, they tend to look at mental illness as try just ignore it, or just that's the way they are. But no, if some people need help, you don't have to continuously do things and try to cover up for what they do. Wrong is wrong. It doesn't matter if a person has a mental illness or not. Wrong is wrong is wrong. So but there are certain people that they cannot give you the love that they need because they need to be on medication, they need to see a therapist, or they need multiple things to help them to operate in the way that they need to. And I know that there's many people who have mental illness. I'm not clowning, I'm not making fun of anybody who has mental illness, but it's a thing that is important, that if you have those things, you need to seek some help, because it's not fair to other people to have to deal with you flip-flopping. Like sometimes you're in a good mood, sometimes you're in a bad mood. You'll come out of a bag on somebody for no reason, or you'll just cut people off for no reason, or you'll make up whole stories, this whole character of which none of it ever existed, just because of, for whatever reason. So we have those people in our life and we know them and we care for them, but we cannot allow them to disrupt our peace of mind. We can't allow those who have the mental illness to disrupt our peace of mind. They hand us the scissors. They do. They do, realist one. So we have to, we're the one in control. Time to cut them off. Some people, you have to cut them out of your life. They will never leave you. There are certain people that you are waiting for them to walk away from you, and they don't have the courage, the wherewithal, and they're not going to cut you off because they want to continue to use them until you stop it, until you stop the process of talking to them, telling them your business, supporting them, giving them money financially. Of course, they're going to keep coming back to you. They have a benefit. And once the benefit ends, now they are mad. Okay. People get mad when they can't play games with you. When they, okay, you know your worth, you believe in yourself. And especially when they find out, I don't need you. I don't need you in my life. We think sometimes that we need people to be around. I have to, they have to. That's my family. That's my husband. That's my wife. That's this person. That's that person. That's my cousin. That's my friend. You don't need these people in our lives. We want them, we want people that we care about, but not if it's going to be at the cost of our mental health, And this last point that I have, I'm about to put the link here in the chat. A lot of people, they are in our life and they don't care anything about us. They don't love you, but they just do what they want to because they're selfish. They only care about their own objective. That's it. As long as it's about them, they're happy. But once you start turning things around and you start doing things for yourself, they get so angry when you start taking care of yourself, your outside, how you look, for the ladies, fixing your hairdo, for the guys, haircut, trimmed up, looking nice. You're taking care of your body, eating right, getting your exercise. When you look good, you're going to start saying, people will come out the woodworks and be like, oh, she thinks she's better now. Or a guy, oh, he thinks he's better. Look, oh, like, how dare you take care of yourself? It's kind of warped. Once you start taking care of yourself, the ones that have already probably not liked you from the beginning, now they actually will hate you. They hate you because you love yourself. They hate you because you stand for something. Okay. And that's the that's mental illness right there. They have some issues, but don't stop being you, and never stop loving yourself because another person doesn't. Okay. And let's change that about staying in relationships that don't support us, that are not positive, that are not encouraging. I can say from experience, I stayed in a relationship way longer than I should have because, you're trying to make it work. When something is not working, it's not going to change. It won't. It's not going to change. Whatever is meant to be will be. And there are certain people that they're not meant to be in our life. I can say it like this. I forced somebody to stay in my life for a long period of time, holding on, holding those, you know, holding them in our life, backing them into a corner. You don't want to let them go because you care for them, because you love them, because you don't want to be lonely, or you don't want this, or you don't want that, or they're supporting you in another aspect. But you have to learn how to respect yourself. Until you learn how to respect yourself, nobody else will. I had to learn that for myself. It's wonderful to have a relationship. It's wonderful to have great friends and to have, your relatives, right? Your family, quote unquote. But not if it's going to be at the cost of your mental health. Not if they drive you crazy. If they use you, if they play games with you mentally, is it worth that? No, it's not. Learning to love yourself is a gift. It really is. It's a gift to love yourself. It's a gift to believe in yourself. Okay. It really is. And until you love yourself, nobody is going to be able to give you what you need. You have to be a representation of what you want in this life. How you treat yourself, how you talk to yourself, what you allow. How do you let people talk to you? Do you let people disrespect you? And then on top of that, then when they do, how do you react? Do you get mad, you start yelling, you get angry, you cuss them out, or you maintain your composure? Never let another person take you outside of who you are. You know, if they're angry, they're mad, just stand there, look at them. Okay. You want to act crazy? Okay. You want to be crazy? Okay, that's fine. But I'm not going to let them take me outside of my character of who I am. And the same thing for you all. Don't sit around and wait for people, to support you. And I hear that all the time in relationships. People are waiting for people to marry them. They're waiting for their siblings to love them or support them or be there for them. Well, you're waiting, waiting, you're wasting your time, your effort, your money into people who will never be there for you. And I know that that's hard to believe. And it was hard for me to believe. I did not want to accept that. When I went through therapy, I would not believe that. But there are people out there like that. They are only in your life for what they can get from you. And once they stop getting things from you, they are done with you. They will start talking about you. They will start spreading rumors, lies. And then you'll really find out who they are. They'll be jealous of you. And you had no idea. Like, I always say, like, you're jealous of me. Like, they could have all of these things, and all you have is just a little bit, and they'll be looking at the little that you have. But the whole thing about it is that you make your little bit look so good, and they can have more. But if you don't have good on your inside, If you're not happy from the within, it doesn't matter how many things you have. Don't matter how many things you have. That love has to be from the inside of you. You have to know you. You have to love yourself. You have to be happy with yourself, and you have to be doing things that helps you to maintain your love for yourself. And I think that's where the separation came in before for me. I was only as happy as what other people in my life were making it out to be. So if they were upset or angry, they were mad, they didn't treat me right, I was upset and angry. But I had to turn it around. I am not a mirror image of what other people are going through. I have my own identity. I have my own life. I have my own belief system. I know about me. And the same thing for all of you motivators. I hope that you are doing things that show that I do things for me because I love me, I respect me, and I have to speak that positive self-talk over my life. And especially when you have selfish people in your life, you have to start, speaking up for yourself, advocating for yourself. And it takes a lot of courage. It really does. It takes courage to say, I don't deserve that. I don't deserve to be disrespected. I don't deserve to be anybody's doormats. I deserve way better than that. And you do. You don't deserve to be a doormat to other people, or when other people choose to support you, or when they choose to talk to you, and especially those who only talk to you when they want something from you. Oh, hi, how are you doing? And don't even talk about it. You guys know it's almost tax season, so you know what season it's about to be. The season of I'll pay you back at tax time. It is that time. And there will be those people, they're going to come to you, promise, oh yeah, just give me my, and I'll give you back at tax time. And then you're like, wait a minute, you didn't give me from last tax time. There's always an excuse. And then they want to give you back the money in pieces. It's a whole mess. It's a whole hot mess. But we are the ones that have to just stop letting ourselves be available. There are certain people that we have to value our own time. We have to value how much energy, how much effort we put into certain individuals. Certain people will never give us the time of day. They will never respect us. They will never give back to us, and they will never support us. And as hard as that is to believe, it's very hard to believe that your siblings, your friends, your relatives actually don't love you. It's hard to swallow that pill and to believe that, but it's because they are selfish. It doesn't mean that you are. It's nothing wrong with wanting great things for yourself. It's not nothing wrong with wanting to get the love that you give to them, but we cannot change them. We cannot make anybody do what we want, what we like. You have to let them be themselves. And some people just don't love you because they don't love themselves. They don't know how to be a friend to themselves. And it's as we mature, and unfortunately, there are some people who never mature. It took me a long time. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna cap. I'm gonna be transparent. It took me a long time to mature, a long time to grow up. And I'm grateful that I'm in a space right now in my life where I can look at myself in the mirror and I can love myself, flaws and all. I can look at myself and I know how to be a friend to myself. I know how to look at somebody and say, they look nice, they look good. Or when somebody gets to some level of achievement, I know how to be happy for somebody because I know how to be happy for myself. What another person has, that don't have nothing to do with me. When they're in their winning season, they're winning at things, good for them. But that don't have nothing to do with me. I have to put in the work so that I can get to where I want to get to. And the same thing for all of you. If you are not getting what you actually want, you have to put in the work so that you can get to that space in your life. And I had to get to that work, that point in my life where I had to say, you know what? I keep asking for them to support me. I keep asking for them to do this. I keep, and you want them to be on board, but certain people you have to cut ties. And like Realist once said, you got to get the scissors, use the scissors and cut ties with them. Let them go, release them. Um, We have to stop taking on jobs to help people. You know, one thing that my therapist told me a long time ago is that people are not a fixer upper. You know how like people flip houses? How you see people, it's not your job to go in and say, okay, I'm going to change how they dress. I'm going to change how they talk. No, how somebody is how they are. We can't come in and fix them and make them operate in a different way. Obviously, they must be happy with the way that they are operating, but it doesn't mean that you have to tolerate it. Doesn't mean that you have to deal with it. And because you won't take their foolishness, it doesn't mean that you're a selfish person. It just means that you have standards, that you know who you are, you know what you deserve. And some people don't know how to appreciate you. And I think that's one of the saddest things in life. You could be a great person, you can be a great friend, a great mother, you could be a great sister, aunt, cousin, brother, uncle, father, friend. You could be a great person to people, care about them, want the best for them. But until they want the best for themselves, they can never be there and reciprocate and give you the same thing back. Like I said earlier, all people can do is be who they are. That's it. They can't give you any more. All they can do is be them, and that's the end of it. So I just want to encourage all of you with this thought, that we sometimes get into that routine of thinking that we have to do things for our relatives, and we have to do things for the person you're in a relationship, and you have to be supportive, and you have to, but you don't have to be supportive of them. You don't have to, do anything that you don't want to do, especially in toxic relationships. We have to identify that no matter how much we love people in our life, some people are not good for us. They're dangerous. It's actually, I say it's toxic, because if you keep bending over backwards, supporting them, doing all of these things, you can become unalived. You're wearing out yourself, and no matter how much you do, they want more. You give them a little bit, and they want they want the whole thing. They don't just want a little bit. You give them some, they want more, and they never satisfy. There is no gratitude, there's no thank you, there's no I appreciate you, none of those things. If you are in that cycle of toxicity, you have to end that cycle of pain. You have to make that decision that I want better, that I can do better. I deserve more than this. Okay. You have to say that to yourself. I deserve more than this. I know myself. I love myself, and I don't have to take it. I don't know why for so long. It took me a really long time in my life to get to that space to where I said, I don't have to take this. I don't have to be a doormat. It doesn't matter who they are in my life. It doesn't matter if it's my relative, to my friend, to my job, to who I'm in a relationship with. It does not matter. Whoever is in my life has to respect me. We tend to think like that respect is optional, but it isn't. You have to put that out there. I have to put it out there. You have to put it out there. You must respect me. And if you don't respect me, if you're treating me any type of way that you want to, you can't stay in my life, because respect is not optional, at least not in my world. I can't speak for any of you all. I can just speak for me. Respect is not optional. And if I find somebody to be disrespectful, not only to me, but to other people, or how I see how some people just throw other people under the bus and do all kinds of grimy, and my word, snakish. They act like a snake slithering on the ground, and they will do anything just so that they can get ahead. We all know them. They may be in your family, they may be somebody in your community, on the job, but they will step on you, and they will do anything to bring you down. They will do anything. They will throw you under the bus. They will hurt you. They will manipulate. They will do anything to try to break you. But don't keep those people in your life. Ignore them. You know, just leave them alone, because they're very unhappy with themselves. They're unhappy with their life. They want to rise. They want to go back and forth with you because they hate themselves. All they care about is themselves. All they care about is using you. All they care about is playing games, mind games. And they want that transfer of energy because they're miserable with themselves. And they want you to, okay, I'll say this to them. And then they wait and you say, oh, yeah, that's what they want. That's a transfer of energy because you say something, they say something. So one person has to have enough power and energy and love for themselves that they can identify. I don't have to go back and forth with you. I'm worth more than that. I'm a grown woman, and not just a grown woman, a grown, mature woman. I can say for many, many years, and from 18, of course, you're grown, but are you mature? There's a major difference. And I know for a long time I was operating in the space of, yes, I'm grown, but I'm not mature. Sometimes we don't always make the best decisions for ourselves. We don't speak up when we need to. We don't end relationships that we know are toxic and using and manipulative. Okay? But we have to first, we have to put that oxygen mask on ourselves. You have to know your own worth. I can't do that for you. All I can do is come on here. I give you the message. I want to motivate you. I want to encourage you. I want to protect you. I want you to make better decisions. I want you to love yourself. I want you to challenge the boundaries, get focused, start doing things for yourself. Prove it to yourself. This is not for anybody. This is a message for each and every one of you motivators. You have to make a decision to love yourself before your life will progress, before you'll be happy, before your peace of mind will be there. You have to make that decision. Once you make a decision that I'm going to have peace, that I'm going to heal, I'm going to forgive, I'm going to love myself, and I'm going to make decisions that if anybody is pulling and taking away, trying to mess up my mental health or trying to make me feel less than, they got to go. But each of us has to make that decision for ourselves. You know, we lock ourselves into a prison sometimes of our own doing. You have the key. You can unlock it. Sometimes that prison we put ourselves in, that door to that jail cell is not even closed. All you have to do is push it open. Sometimes you have the key, but we allow ourselves to stay in this space sometimes feeling that we have to do these things for people in our life. We have to support them and they don't support us. They don't understand. They're not kind to us. They're not loving to us. They're not respectful. And some people never have. They have never respected you. So why do you put up with it? Because we feel that we have to, and we don't. We are the only ones that can change that narrative. I'm the only one that can change that narrative for myself. It was when I made a decision to love myself, everything shifted. Everything in my life shifted. When I made a decision to love myself, I changed my job. I changed my lifestyle. I changed my diet. My peace was restored. I began to love myself. I became closer to God. Everything in my life changed when I made a decision to love myself. And until every single person makes a choice to love themselves, nothing can ever shift. Absolutely nothing. And I do feel sorry for people who feel that they have to step on other people to elevate, but there's nothing that we can do. We can't make other people love themselves. You can't. You can't make other people change. You can't. You can't make other people happy. The only person that can do that is ourselves. We have to make a decision. I had to make a decision to love me, and it was by the choices that I made. Okay, it's how I chose to talk to myself. That positive self-talk is so life-changing. When you start telling yourself, I can do great things, I believe in you, go after your dreams, be supportive, and everything outside of that, anything that is toxic, hazardous, dangerous, negative, uh-uh anything that is not supportive and encouraging of you having the things that you want, need, and desire, it has to go. And you'll learn, the more you know yourself, the more you love yourself, the more you believe in you, you're going to gain that courage. You're going to gain that strength. You're going to walk around smiling. You're going to have that peace of mind. You will get that restful sleep, but it's each and every one of us decision. And that's where I'm going to leave it right there. Shout out to all of you motivators. Welcome to your weekend. I appreciate every single one of you who supports me and supports this channel. I thank you so much. But I wanted to encourage every single one of you and let you know, don't settle. Don't settle in any relationship. Don't let people treat you any type of way. Don't let anybody talk to you any type of way. Value and respect yourself. And until you respect yourself, nobody else will. Don't ever be a doormat to other people and let people walk all over you or embarrass you or treat you in a way that you don't deserve. We have to know our worth before we can receive the same thing back. Know your worth, everybody. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in to Marlene Motivates, your channel for positivity, motivation, inspiration, all of those things. Thank you all so much. Shout out to the chat, Boss Life Online, Realist One here. Who else came in? East Dad, Colton, Tamika Davis, and to anybody who is watching in the replay. I appreciate every single one of you. I want the best for you. I hope the best for you, but we are the ones that have to be the change that we want to see. You have to make the change that you want to see in your life. You do. And you know what we say over here on Marlene Motivates. Just know it, just breathe it, and be it, and live your best life. If you have not hit the subscribe button, subscribe. If you have not hit the like, please hit the like. I really appreciate it. And to all of you, know your worth. Know your worth, not what other people feel you are worthy of or determine you to be. You have to know yourself and love yourself before other people will. So thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate every single one of you. Have a great rest of your Friday and your weekend. Thank you so much, Boss Life Online. Thank you, Tamika. Everybody enjoy their weekend, and I will see you guys back on Monday for the Motivated Daily and not motivated podcast, and then Saturday and Sunday and every day after. We do the Motivated Daily from Monday to Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You are welcome to watch those uploads. I'll see you guys on the next Motivated Daily video, live stream, and podcast. See you guys then. Be encouraged, be inspired, and be yourself. Bye-bye, everybody.
Be encouraged, be inspired, be yourself, you will survive. Just know it, just breathe it, and be it, and live your best life.
forgive me. I love me. I've been blessed that I have made it through. I'm stronger and worthy. I am enough now. What about you? I forgive me. I love me. I've been blessed that I have made it through. I'm stronger and worthy. I am enough now. What about you? Ooh, hey, yeah.